My name is Blair, and this is Selma and Forest's Big Journey by me, Blair. There once were two cats, Selma and Forest, and they lived in the nook behind Mr. and Mrs. Holliday's house. And while Selma and Forest didn't belong to anyone, Mr. and Mrs. Holliday would still feed them and give them water. Selma and Forest loved living next to the Hollidays, and they also loved the other animals in the neighborhood. They had the best of both worlds. They were able to be outside cats and explore while also having a nice warm shelter to return to when they needed. Selma and Forest loved watching the Holliday family. Mr. and Mrs. Holliday had 4 kids, and while that seems a little bit crazy, Selma and Forest knew that they always wanted kids of their own. But as life would have it, Selma and Forest were not able to have kids. And while they were very sad, they loved each other very much. And they knew that even though they had a small family of 2, they still had a family, which is more than some people can say. And so, they considered themselves lucky. Selma and Forest kept busy by exploring as much of the world as they could. They especially loved rummaging through the Italian restaurant's dumpster just after closing time. They would take strolls to the park, climb trees, catch mice, and just appreciate each other's company. One day, Forrest suggested that they explore outside of the city. Selma was nervous. She'd never gone anywhere where she wouldn't be able to stay at the Nook overnight. But Forrest said, "You know what? The Nook will always be there. Let's go out and live while we're still young and able to. Let's go explore." Selma knew he was right. There was so much that they didn't know, and she was ready to take on that journey. The next day, they started their journey by asking their neighbor Skippy if he would watch over their Nook. Skippy had been their friend for a long time. He was the coolest cat in the neighborhood, and they put their trust in him. So with the Nook being taken care of and looked after, they went on and embarked on their new journey. They walked for a few hours, and when they started getting hungry, they noticed a dumpster full of fresh food. They jumped in. The food was different than the Italian cuisine they were used to. This food had a lot of beans, rice, cheese, and tortillas. It was delicious. This must be a sign that we're supposed to try new things because this food is amazing, Forrest expressed with delight. Selma was also happy with their food choice and was starting to become a little more comfortable with this vacation they were on. After lunch, they decided to explore more. They visited a park with statues. And then they walked to a creek that had bugs and flowers they'd never seen before. Even the field mice tasted different than the ones at home. After a long day of exploring, as the sun went down, Forrest and Selma decided to curl up in an alley between 2 large brick buildings. As they were settling in for the night, they heard an uneasy noise. It sounded like what the Holiday kids sound like when they're hungry or when they get hurt. Something or someone was crying. The noise was coming from a box, a cardboard box, just a few feet away from them. And Selma, being the curious cat that she was, decided to check it out. "Hey, get back here," Forrest said. Selma didn't listen to him. And as she approached the box, she noticed 3 little orange kittens in there. They were crying. "Forrest, get over here." As Forrest enclosed on the box, he was like, "Whoa, there's kittens. They're all alone. No parents around. Did you see any other cats around?" Forrest asked. Selma said, "No, I didn't. It looks like their mommy left them here. They seem scared." Selma leaned in close to the baby kittens. "Hello? Oh, don't be scared. Don't be scared. My name is Selma. Where are your mommies, little guys? We don't know. She just dropped us off here. And then we fell asleep, and when we woke up, she was gone. The kittens were still crying, even harder now. Whoa, 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 it's okay. It's okay, Forrest said in a calming voice. Your mommy probably needed to do something. I'm sure she'll be back any minute now. Yes, and in the meantime, would you like us to stay with you? Selma asked. Yes, please, the kitten said. Oh, by the way, I'm Forrest, and you already met Selma. Hi, Forrest. Hi, Selma. We're Samson, Simon, and SJ. Thank you for taking care of us until our mom returns. While Forrest and Selma were worried about the boy's mother, they were happy to be able to help. And Selma could finally be able to understand the reason to get out of their little town and explore. The next morning, the kitten's mother hadn't come back yet. Forrest decided it was best for them to go and look for her. They gathered up the kittens, stopped by a dumpster for some food, and hit the road in search of the kitten's mama. Along the way, Forrest and Selma enjoyed listening to the little kittens talk about real and make-believe stories. These kittens love to explore, just like they did. And after walking for a long while, Samson, the oldest kitten, noticed something that looked familiar. Hey, that's the dumpster. That's Mom's favorite place to eat. The other kittens said, You're right, let's go. So they raced to the dumpster, and as soon as they got there, they saw someone they knew. It was a squirrel. Squirrel named Frank. SJ said, Hey Frank, have you seen our mom? Oh, hey guys. No, I haven't seen your mom any time recently, but have you checked Old Man's Pond? You know she loves it there. Yes, Old Man's Pond is Mom's favorite, Simon shouted with delight, and he raced off with the kittens following behind him. Once the cats were out of ear range, Selma and Forrest were feeling a little uneasy. Something's not quite right about this, huh, Sel? Yeah, I don't know. Something doesn't feel totally right. But maybe we'll get our answers at Old Man's Pond, Selma agreed. Once they arrived at the pond, the kittens saw their mother hanging out in her favorite spot next to the water. Mommy! The kittens shouted with joy. Oh my! What are you three doing here? The mother cat asked. Well, after you never came back for us last night, we decided to look for you, Samson added. Look for me? Well, boys, who are they? Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Selma, and this is my husband, Forrest. We saw the boys last night, and we decided to take care of them until you came back. But you never did, so we decided that we were going to help them find you this morning. Oh, wow. That's so nice of you. Thank you. Boys, why don't you run along and go play over there? Why I talked to Selma and Forrest. The little kittens ran away to play with some twigs that they had found. First off, let me just say thank you so much. Last night, my friend Laser was supposed to meet up with the boys after I left, and I'm not really sure what happened to him, but thank you for stepping in, the mother cat explained. But why did you leave? Forrest asked. Well, this isn't easy for me to say, but I haven't been doing well. I've been sick for a long time, and I was going to drop the boys off, and Laser was going to take care of them, and well, I came here to have my final rest. The mother cat started choking up. I didn't want the boys to see me like this. I wanted them to remember me as fun and healthy and not, well, so sick. So you weren't even going to say goodbye? Selma asked. No, I wasn't. I didn't have the heart to. But now that I'm seeing them, I realize that I do need to say goodbye. It's only right. But before I do, can I ask you guys one more favor? I know you've been so helpful and you've helped more than you've even needed to, but would you be willing to help the boys find Laser? Of course we are. Of course we can help. Forrest and Selma agreed. The mother kitten called the boys over and explained to them what was happening. They all cried together for a little bit, and after a while, Mother Cat kissed each of them goodbye, and the boys left with Selma and Forrest to go find Laser. After they'd been walking for quite a while, in silence, they finally stumbled upon where Laser lived, an abandoned warehouse. There were cats everywhere. It was stinky, it was smelly, it was crowded. It wasn't good. And so after they'd gotten there, Selma and Forrest felt kind of weird about it. And it took them 20 minutes to even find Laser. Once they found him, he was not what they were expecting. Laser had two eyes looking in two different directions. And he was so distracted when he talked to them that he couldn't even finish a sentence. That's why they called him Laser. Because whenever someone tried to talk to him, he was so distracted. It was like someone was pointing a laser pointer somewhere. And it was clear that Laser was unable to take care of himself, let alone these three kittens. Selma looked at Forrest and Forrest nodded. They thanked Laser for being willing to take on the boys, but they asked him if they could take the boys because they knew that if they had the boys, they'd be safer and healthier. Laser was so relieved. He wanted to do right by Mother Cat, but he knew he couldn't take care of three little crazy kitten boys. He thanked Forrest and Selma, and he sent them on their way. When Selma and Forrest told the boys the news, the kittens were thrilled. They were unsure about Laser, and of course, they always wanted to be taken care of by two parents. So Selma and Forrest started their journey home with the three little kittens by their side. The journey home didn't take long at all, and once they were there, the boys settled into the nook right away. Skippy was there to welcome them home, guarding the nook from any potential nook thieves. And there was also a bowl of food left out by Mr. and Mrs. Holiday. Selma and Forrest decided to introduce the kittens to the holidays, and they were thrilled to meet the new additions of Selma and Forrest's family. As they settled into their new lives as parents, Selma and Forrest knew that their life was going to be a bit different, complicated even, but they were ready to start their new journey as parents. The end.